it's time for all of these border state governors to step up for sure. A couple of things. They had 1,600 immigrants arrested over 3 days in one single Texas border sector. This is the Border Patrol for Texas's Del Rio sector. 1,600. This is unbelievable. They said over 1,600 arrests in 3 days for Del Rio sector agents. These arrests include more than 25 smuggling cases, 2 criminal aliens, and were comprised of mostly single adults. Wow. And remember, not everyone is able to be tested. It was interesting how yesterday, and this was towards the end of the program, you had Jennifer Psaki saying that it was the responsibility of non-government organizations, volunteer organizations, city officials to provide tests and to administer tests. That the federal government, in response to the mess that it created with its own executive order, they're not going to do anything to alleviate this problem or the overflow at all whatsoever. And it is absolutely an overflow. In fact, it's overwhelming. According to documents that have been released, it's absolutely overwhelming. And this is from Axios. Axios has which I can't believe they actually published it. I guess good for them. I mean, that's, finally they're doing journalism. But internal documents from the Department of Health and Human Services have shown how particularly the number of children coming across the border is overwhelming the administration's resources. They said that the shelter system is at 94% occupancy. This month it will reach its maximum. And the Border Patrol referred to HHS about 321 children per day, according to internal government documents. That's up from a weekly average of 203 in late January and early February. Wow. Now, there are some, it looks like it might be this weekend that some from the Biden administration are going to be going to the U.S.-Mexico border. And they're going to look at how these children coming across the border is troublesome, because apparently going down there and looking at it, maybe he can't be told. Maybe he's a visual learner. I'm not sure, but he's got to go down there and they're sending people down there to see it. The spokespeople for DHS and HHS haven't said anything so far about the documents coming out, but they've been moving to open overflow shelters. All of these things that we're going to do to not call them, what they. It's not kids in cages. It's overflow shelters. Sure, we'll call it that. But that's what they're trying to come up with a new, friendlier name. I'm not joking you. Like, this is, they're calling them reception centers. Washington Examiner. Biden administration is weighing a new name for the facilities it is setting up to manage all the kids and families at the southern border, hoping to limit children and emphasize that the buildings will hold people only temporarily. They're renaming the kids in cages, quote unquote, reception centers. Oh, man. The revolution will be complete when the language is perfect. According to 3 people familiar with the discussions, they say that the name sounds less harsh. Oh, you think? Now, the name is going to distinguish the facilities, and one of those facilities is the one we talked about last week in Carrizo Springs, from the existing structures that ICE has, and I've explained that to you last week. They said that these are detention centers or the holding facilities, and these are the reception centers. Reception. See, it's like, that makes it sound like a lobby at a hotel, right? Or it makes it sound like you just arrived at your resort and you're at the reception center. Here's your drink. Let's go check you in your room. You'll be halfway to the moon by the time we make it there. Would you like another drink? See, it's a reception center. It sounds like a vacation, doesn't it? Reception center. Who doesn't want to go to the reception center? They have snacks in the reception center.